Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for coming by. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are wrapping up February. Before we move into March, I thought that I would just share with you some of my stationery favorites. This has made the list and stolen my heart for the month of February. So I thought I would kind of share them with you. If you're a stationery lover, if you love fountain pens, if you love planners, journals, all the things, I think this video is going to be for you. So let's get right into this. So if you are brand new and we have never met, well, thanks so much for coming by. My name is Meshi and I am the person behind Align Plans. I chat with you guys here a couple of times a week. We're moving into 3 times a week, which is our new schedule now. And we talk about anything and everything: minimalist planning, functional planning. We talk about journaling, fountain pens, stationery, all the things, really. Anything and everything that kind of falls into this category. But the whole idea behind this channel for us to kind of connect as a community and for us to really find a way to really use the things that we have rather than constantly feel like we need to have more. So using it with intention is the whole idea, rather than just consuming the things and then, it collects dust on the shelf, which is not cool. So if you love all of those things, then you should definitely subscribe to the channel. But moving right along, let's just get right into the video. So I'm going to be breaking things down into a few different categories. First and foremost, I have pens and fountain pen ink. I have planners. I have decor, anything and everything decor, and I have journaling. But within journaling, instead of showing you actual journals, it's going to be journaling and mental health practices. So I will explain a little bit more about that once we get a little bit closer. So let's just start with the first category, which is pens and fountain pen inks. For the month of February, honestly, I kind of had like this little identity crisis. Like I know that most of you have watched the currently inked video, and I've shown you all the beautiful goodies that came in the mail from Troublemaker ink, as well as from the guitar fountain pen ink. And I mean, I love all of them, but I kind of found myself a little bit sort of out of sorts because I felt like I felt like I loaded the wrong ink into the wrong pen, if that makes sense. So to kind of correct that, I re-inked some of my pens throughout the month. I was still using the same inks, but I just kind of swapped which pen it went into. Oh, I love how my dog has just decided to, hi. You just came in from outside. I know, and it's cold outside. So I wanted to kind of switch things up, but as far as pens are concerned, I kept it like fairly consistent. The only thing that's new to me for this month is the Kaweco Sport. This is the Kaweco Sport, the little guy, in a fine tip and with a brass tip. Super pretty. It writes pretty much the exact same as the white one, but honestly, I find that I end up reaching for these little guys because they're so small and so portable. But I swapped the ink, and I've talked about this briefly of my discovery. I make a big deal about this, but honestly, it was a big discovery for me because I have so many beautiful light colored or more, I have like a lot of light colored inks, and I have a hard time kind of loading them into some of these pens because it becomes a little bit harder to write with them. So anyways, and then like the last pen that I have is the TWSBI Eco. This is in gold rose. Again, you've seen me use this, you've seen me ink this multiple times. So the pens don't really change all that much. The only other pens that I have really been loving for the month of February is one highlighter, and of course the Tombow brush pen. I mean, you've heard me talk about this. This is in soft tip. You've heard me talked about this before. It's one of the best pens. I have definitely fallen back in love with the idea of hand lettering and brush lettering, and this pen definitely makes my job so much easier. It allows me so much control, which is so fantastic. And then the highlighter that I have been really enjoying for the month of February is this guy. I don't really have a name for it. This came in one of the sub boxes from Cloth and Paper a while back. This is in like the moss green color, but take a look at the tip. Hang on. So here's one tip. It kind of has like an interesting flat head top on one end, and then it has like a fine tip on the other end. It writes beautifully. It looks really, really pretty. It's strong enough that it shows up on your page, but it's not so bold that it kind of takes over your entire spread, which is what I love about it. So that's kind of why it made it onto the list for this month. Now, as far as inks are concerned, the two main ink that I would like to highlight is one of them is from a Guitar. So this is the Guitar Gold Star in Burgundy. If you're looking for a swatch, it's right here. Hopefully we're focusing. Maybe. So this is one of them, and I actually have them loaded in one of my pens, and it looks absolutely beautiful. The other ink that I wanted to highlight that I have, it's not that I have fallen in love with it again, but it's really like just, I don't know, there's just something about this color that just writes so beautifully, but yet it shows up so differently in two different pens. So that's kind of why like I have a little bit of a love affair with this. This is Petrichor from Troublemaker, and I will show you guys a close-up swatch of both of them in case you're interested, but I will show them to you not as a brush swatch, but I wanted to show them to you how it looks in the actual pens, which is kind of what I'm interested in sometimes when it comes to fountain pen inks. Moving right along. Let's talk a little bit about planners. So with planners, honestly, not much is new within my planning world, but what's actually new is how I'm using them. I am back in my little Hobonichi A6 size for social media planning. And the thing that I absolutely love about it, besides the paper, obviously, is just how much I can kind of load it up with information. I can also add brain dumps in there, which has been really working well. Honestly, when I stopped using the Hobonichi temporarily, I kind of moved out of it for about a month, and then now I'm happy to say that I'm back in for social media planning. It's small, it's portable. I can take it with me if I have a new idea or I have an inspiration or whatever. I can kind of just jot it down there. And as of April, I'm adding in the monthly, like the weekly insert substitute that you can add from Hobonichi. I just picked it up from Amazon, and honestly, I cannot wait to kind of start using it. I don't think that I will ever really show you these planners on camera, just because it's, I don't know, like it's social media planning, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of jot down like what I'm going to be posting on each of the accounts. If you ever wanted to see that, I don't know if you would, but if you ever wanted to see that, please comment below. I would love to film it for you and keep you entertained with social media planning and blocking and ideas and, you know, brainstorming and all this stuff. But I love it for simply the sake of how much space and how the layout works in the Hobonichi A6. Now, as far as the larger Hobonichis, I've also been really loving the Hobonichi Cousin, mainly actually for two reasons. One, the daily pages are actually like one of my favorite features within that planner. I'm really just using that as like full-blown memory keeping more than anything. I'm planning on kind of expanding on this journaling session when it comes to the Hobonichi, just to kind of start adding in photos. I'm finding myself terrible at adding photos into my spreads, and I want to kind of do a better job moving forward. So that will be like my sort of like my next time that I want to kind of change with the Hobonichi Cousin. But what I am loving about it is like the layout of how I'm kind of setting up my daily pages. And I started actually doing daily sketches, which is really awesome. And within the daily sketches, I need to kind of teach myself like what medium I really want to use. I was hoping to just use like one of the thinner fountain pen inks and do just like a really rough sketch. Will that evolve into something else? I don't know, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's talk about what else is happening within the planner world. Honestly, like with my VDS planner, I just added all of the new inserts in. And I don't know, like it's really working for me for like the main functionality. I find that when I'm using the VDS planner, it's a very structured, very functional way of doing it. I don't do a lot of decorations. It's very like cut and dry, get in, get out. It's a really quick planning. And I really love that. Like if I have a lot of ideas or for finance updates, really just keeping track of anything and everything that's happening within our family. VDS has that. Like the ring planner for that reason is fantastic. I think I'm loving it because it's serving the purpose that I kind of bought it for. Does that make sense? So it's kind of nice. It's a really nice validation when you realize that the system that you set up is fantastically working for the thing that you thought that it would work for. You know what I mean? Which sounds redundant, but anyways, let's talk about decor and kind of like accessories that have been really working for the month of February, and moving into March. Like I'm planning on continuing on using this. Oh, I had like a moment with washi tapes, honestly. I don't know why I did, but I just did. I mean, for my birthday haul, I bought, I think, about 4 different washi tapes, and each of them are different, and I love each of them for different reasons, and I end up using them for, I find them such an inexpensive way to kind of decorate your planners beyond, you know, just like highlighters. So I don't know, I find that it kind of adds a little bit of a character to each weekly spread. So anyways, this is the recent one that I picked up. I have to show you a close-up of this because it's so pretty. And it's so, I don't know, like it could just be simply the fact that I wear a lot of earth tones, but it's so nice. Oh my God, and it's not working right now. I know. Here it is. So it's this woodland. Here it is. How pretty is that? Right? I also had the opportunity to pick up Coffee Monster's washi tapes. I bought 2 of them. And again, if you haven't seen the full haul, I will just link it right here in the card so you can take a look at my recent vlog episode. And I was kind of sharing like the full haul of everything that I bought, but I will just show you here as well. So the ones that I picked up, this one is the ink bottles one. For some reason, it's not. It's not focusing. Here we go. Maybe. I will show you guys close up of all of these, but basically I have one that has like a whole bunch of ink bottles. The other one that I picked up is, I feel like this is the staff at Wonder Pens. How cute is that? They're so cute. Here we go. This is one way I can show you. Again, how cute is that? So I've been really loving this. I really love adding little accents, and I didn't realize that I also picked up from the same creator. I picked up a little stamp as well in my recent haul. Nevertheless, I really love the fact that they're just cute, minimal. It's not really dominating with too much color, which I absolutely love. And decor. So that's it for washi tapes. Now, as far as the other things that I've been really, really loving, actually, staying within that same like decoration piece. Oh, so I'm going to kind of categorize them. But honestly, I'm finding, as I'm kind of looking at my stash, it becomes really obvious the type of decoration stickers that I kind of pick up pretty often. Again, I will just pop on the screen the creators or like the company that makes them. I can tell you right away, this one is from Swatelier, one of my favorites. It just has like small little, oh, it's upside down. It has like small little icons of just coffee and cafe and bakery style. The other one that I've been loving is, again, another coffee themed one, super pretty. I will show you this also in different lighting as well. And these two, I'm kind of putting them into the same, approximately the same category, but this one is from Mindwave, and as you can tell, I've almost used it completely up. I bought about three different versions of this, 3 different theme. This one is the monochrome one, but I also bought the family and lifestyle, I think. I can't remember exactly. And then these are like tiny little monsters. So cute. Like I can't even. Again, I use this all the time. Now for my monthlies, I generally use this, which you've probably seen me use. These are like small little crocodiles, but I bought them in the little dogs, as well as I bought them in like 3 different colors. This is, I don't know, depending on my spread, sometimes I add like these little characters in there. It just kind of spruces up the spread. And then now that I have like a little bit of a stash from both Coffee Monsters Co. and Ohana Story, this one happens to be from Ohana Story. I kind of feel about the same about both of them. Sometimes it honestly just depends on the spread. I've been loving using both of them because they just kind of add a little bit of a character to the weekly spread. But honestly, what I would love to do is to start create my own, or just start sketching certain little characters into my weekly spread, just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. We're thinking. Well, I'm not saying anything yet. And then we were talking about the last category that I wanted to mention is journaling and mental health practices. Honestly, within here, I'm kind of adding the two together because what I've been finding is both journaling as a practice have been really working for me. I use it strictly for therapeutic effects, and I also use journaling as a practice for like memory keeping, for us to really have a way to kind of keep track and really record like all of our memories. Having said that, I've been really finding that drawing, painting, illustrating has sort of been missing from this whole thing. So I started adding certain prompts for me on each daily spread so that I can start drawing, doodling, just add like simple little sketches and kind of build from there, because I know that like drawing is one of those things that it's like a muscle. Like you need to kind of practice it regularly. And then when you do, then it's awesome. When you don't, then you always just, I don't know about you, but I'm always kind of just left with this desire that, oh, it would be so great if I could just sketch something, or if I could just draw. And then I start drawing and I'm like, ooh, what happened? Like you can kind of tell. I can tell when I haven't drawn for a really long time. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything. But the big thing is that honestly, like when I'm using this, I'm planning on using this with intention, with mindfulness, with the idea of allowing it to really work its magic on me and really releasing expectations that it needs to become something. You know what I mean? And I think if you are like a perfectionist, if you want things done in a certain way, I think that you might have that thing too, where you have this expectation that you should be really great at it from the get-go, or that it should somehow lead into something when it doesn't necessarily need to. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I really just want to buy the cute stickers because that was the mood that I had, versus just having this expectation that it needs to lead into something different. You know what I mean? Like when I'm allowing, I think the big thing that I've realized in the last little bit is that when I create space for me to allow all of these creative outlets to actually have a therapeutic effect on me, then they do. When I'm kind of clinging onto this expectation that it needs to become something, or that I should be so much better at it than I already am, then it just becomes really rigid and then it doesn't flow. So that was sort of like my big insight for the month of February. Honestly, I had a great time in February. It was a lot of processing, a lot of shadow work that kind of came through. If you battle with anxiety, if you are going through your own healing journey, your own mental health journey, I highly recommend that you start journaling, because it's sort of like it creates a safe space where you can just kind of it just takes that load off your shoulders. That's my long segment on journaling that I really wanted to share. I don't know how it became that, but that's just where we are. This is all and the other thing that I wanted to share within the accessories category is actually, I have these sticky notes. Now, don't judge the cover, but I have these sticky notes and this was in my VDS planner. This is from May Paper Co. Again, don't mind the decoration. That was actually Noah. But basically, we have these minimal dailies, and it's like a daily schedule, really similar to what you would expect from like your Hobonichi daily, how it kind of has like both of these kind of segments at the top, and then you can kind of add your date and I don't know, and then it has like you can also add like your 3 priorities at the top. So I think that the layout for the sticky notes is actually fantastic if you don't feel like really running daily pages. Sometimes that's all you might need. And I've been really liking this for just keeping small little notes that I don't necessarily feel like creating like a full daily spread for, because my dailies in my VDS planner are blank, they're not dated, so I don't feel that pressure that I need to fill it out every single day, which kind of leaves a little, it just makes that planner a lot more spacious and a lot more versatile. So this is all I wanted to share with you. Question of the day. Let me know in the comment section below, what was your favorite thing that you couldn't live without, or that you didn't know that you loved so much for the month of February. Comment below. Let me know. I would love to hear from you as always. And if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up, you can subscribe, you can do all of the things. If you wanted more behind the scenes footage, more extended vlog episodes, if you wanted early access to certain videos and all the things, digital downloads, all of that good stuff, hunt me down on Patreon as well, because now we have a Patreon account. I know, we're fancy now. Anyway, you can support me there, or you can just simply share your time and space with me here like you have. That also means the world to me. I really do appreciate you hanging out with me every single week, every single month. You're absolutely awesome. So take a look at Patreon. If it's in alignment, I would love to have you in the community. If it's not, I appreciate you just as you are here. And keep planning, keep journaling, keep doing all of the things. And I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye.